What's up, guys? I just want to try something new and start getting into making videos about just series that I'm watching and reading that are really like sticking out to me, particularly for whatever reason. Um, and just kind of get like a discussion going amongst other people that might be watching or reading the same shows. Not all of these are going to be like the super hype popular ones, but gonna try to do like some more mid tier to like maybe even under the radar stuff. And today, what I wanted to talk about was Higehiro Suru. I'm not even going to attempt to pronounce the entire Japanese title. In English, it's I shaved and then I bought a high school girl home. And when I first saw the title, I feel like the title was like trying to get a reaction out of you. Like I was like, wow, this is okay. This is going to be interesting. So I gave episode one of the anime a shot, and I thought it was a lot better than I was expecting it to be. I was kind of expecting it to be kind of just like you know a new run of the mill, like ridiculous etchy harem, and it wasn't really that at all, in my opinion. And then I gave episode two a shot, and I just watched episode three last night. And honestly, I'm really, really fucking impressed. And it's like really compelling drama and like a really compelling story with really interesting, deep characters. I'm not gonna do too much of a recap. Obviously, if you're watching this video, you've already seen it, but just like so you know where I'm at in the story. So I've watched episodes one, two, and three, all the episodes that are out. And obviously the series starts with our main character, Yoshida. He immediately gets shut down by Goto, his office crush. I guess she might also be his boss at his job. But yeah, he gets shut down by her on his way home. He sees this high school girl sleeping under a lamppost, kind of confronts her, tries to get her to go home, yada, yada, yada. You know where it goes. She kind of, offers him a proposition. She offers him sex, and he reluctantly lets her stay, even though he doesn't really have any intention of like doing that with her. And this is one of those moments where like I kind of push back against like the notion that fan service automatically like ruins a story or it has no place in like any story. Like to me, fan service is fine as long as it's not like ridiculously over the top or as long as it serves some type of purpose. And I think in this series it has a very clear purpose. For one, it's just a more mature series, so it's going to have that stuff just naturally because it's trying to portray like a more adult type of romance. And secondly, like it kind of goes to show just like Sayu in particular kind of goes to show like where she's at in her life and like how she views herself, how she views her body, and how she views like her body almost as like this tool to help her survive. And I think for that you need her being like insanely forward, and you need a little fan service for that. And also it's some of the parts, especially in episode one, are like really funny, like when she says like aren't F cups you can touch better than H cups that you can't. I mean, you can't really argue with her logic. But anyway, so obviously episode one ends where he kind of just agrees to let her stay until she can kind of get her shit together. And at that point I don't really know what I was expecting. I can't really pin down the relationship. Even at the end of episode three, I can't really pin it down. But they have a really bizarre relationship, her and Yoshida. Like it's not father daughter, it's not brother sister, but it's also not like boyfriend girlfriend. It's like he's somewhere in between, like a role model, a big brother, but also like a potential like lover. It's really really bizarre, but it's really compelling because like let's be honest, the series is walking an extremely thin line, but so far, three episodes in, it is walking that line. Like it's dealing with like at its core this like let's just call it it's like on some level it's an inappropriate relationship, and but the show and the writing is like walking the line of making it really compelling without making it like completely ridiculous or completely like creepy. Like it's just their relationship, Sayu and Yoshida's, is like really compelling, and you really don't know what to expect of it, at least three episodes in. So as we get in episode two, this is the episode where Goto asks Yoshida out to drinks. And honestly, this scene made me, really not like her. It kind of just gave me like tension horror vibes. Like I don't like that her whole like reasoning of yeah, I have a boyfriend and you had a crush on me, but it hurts my feelings that you would just move on so fast to potentially Mishima. But it's like, yo, to be honest, that's just none of your, like he says later, that's none of your business. Like, if you don't want to date me, like none of this has anything to do with you. And I like how he's just kind of like, you know what, you're gonna ask me on like this bullshit dinner. Okay, I want to ask a question too. How, like, what cup size are you? Like, it's just the comedy is so direct and just like hilarious in the show. Like, it's like I know it's not a comedy, but the comedy I think is one of the stronger parts of the show. And also in this episode, he buys Sayu a cell phone. They kind of just build on their relationship more. And we also meet Mishima in this episode, and she's a coworker of his that also seems to pretty obviously have a crush on him, and we can confirm that by episode 3. In episode 3, Mishima asks Yoshida out. She makes a move, kinda, where she, they kind of have like this deep little talk, and then she hugs him and puts her head on his chest, and she just asks the question like, what if I'm the one you're supposed to be with? About like, what if I'm the girl you're supposed to end up with? And of course, Sayu, in her curiosity, she wanders out and then kind of sees this moment like somewhat out of context, and she runs away again, and then her and Mishima run into each other, and then Yoshida finds them, and it's kind of just like it's setting up in a way to where like Yoshida is not going to be able to hide this for much longer. Like Hishimoto, I think is like his seemingly like his best friend at the office. Like Hishimoto already knows about Sayu. Now Mishima knows about her, but it seems like she kind of assumes like she's his little sister. But yeah, by the end of episode 3, I get the vibe that Yoshida is not going to be able to like hide Sayu for much longer. Like the cat is kind of half out of the bag at this point. But overall, just what really sticks out to me about the series is just how refreshing it is. As like a slightly older anime / manga fan, I'm in my mid-20s. It's really nice to see a romance about people your own age, and romance is my favorite genre. But it's like, dude, after a while, the high school stuff just gets really old. Not saying it can't be good and it can't be compelling, because a lot of it is really, really good. But again, being a little bit older, there's just only so much I can like really relate or care about like high school drama. So it's really cool to see a romance about people roughly my own age. And just, I think because the characters are older, they just carry themselves differently. Like the characters in the show, and this is like really what has like stood out to me the most so far. The characters in the show are so brutally honest. Basically all of them. Sayu, obviously from the jump, when she's propositioning him, she's extremely direct. She obviously has some stuff that she's hiding, but she's still very direct with him when she first meets him. Yoshida in general is like seems like a very blunt person, almost kind of mean sometimes, but he's very direct. Like, it's just cool to see a show with, in general, like older characters, because with older characters just come like more complexities, like, deeper drama, more mature themes. Romance is just different when you're 25 as opposed to 15. It's just going to be different. So I'm really enjoying that, aspect of it. Obviously you get fan service a little turned up because of because the characters are older. And overall I just think it's really refreshing. It's a nice change up from a lot of the big romances we've been seeing lately. Again, I'm not hating on any of those. I actually like a lot of the big romances out right now, quite a bit, but I just think Higehiro Suru is just a much needed breath of fresh air into like the romance scene. And I don't want to get too ahead of myself. We're only 3 episodes in, but this really does seem like it has the premise and it has all the components to be like potentially like a classic romance series. Again, way, way fucking early to be saying that. Way early. But if I'm just looking at, as someone that's seen like a ton of romance, like this has one of like the stronger, premises, group of characters, even of the ones we've met so far. And it looks like, judging off the opening, we're going to be meeting like a few more. This just has a lot of like really promising pieces to it. And I think if they execute it right and they put it all together, like this could be potentially a really special series. So that's it for Higehiro Suru episodes 1, 2, and 3. I'm just really loving it. Really, really enjoying this. And I apologize for this being a little disjointed. This is the first time I'm really doing like a video in this format. Going forward, I will definitely have, more of like some type of outline for how I'm going to discuss these. So I apologize about that. But yeah, I hope anyone that is listening to this is enjoying it. Like I said, I really am just doing this to hopefully reach some other people that enjoy the same series that I like. Some of the more, non super hyped up series. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this. It's Sunday right now, so episode 4 should be coming out tomorrow. So I'm definitely gonna get something for episode 4 up like very soon, hopefully. So yeah, if you like this, stick around, wait for the next one, and yeah, we can talk about that when it comes out. So everyone stay safe. Have a good night. Peace.